Hello there, people of the world. IonicGecko here with the next part of this very not so happy vlog trilogy. I'm thinking 3 parts to this, 3 10 or so minute parts. In this one, I want to kind of figure out why I've been depressed as of late, like more than usual, like to the point where it's really affected my my well-being and kind of my day-to-day activity when I'm not at work. Because whenever I'm at work, any symptoms I suffer, they go away because, you know, I'm at work, this is what I need to do, this is my job. It doesn't affect me, so not a huge deal. But when I'm on my own, when I have my free time, I have all my thoughts to myself, and that's when the depression really hits me. So I need to figure out how I can cope with that, but mainly how it happened. In this part, I want to know why. I'm going to just talk to myself. Sorry. Kind of just talk to myself, obviously, because I'm in my room by myself, but just blurt out random thoughts. Not random, but they're not really constructed either. So if you don't want to just hear me ramble on about how I became depressed, then you may not want to watch this video, because that's what I will be discussing. So let's just get to it. In the previous part, I mentioned that I think it started more or less in 2011 when I first moved out on my own, and I'm sure that was a part of it, was just living by myself. I was all by myself at that point. Obviously, I had my mom and my brother and a bunch of friends back in Finland. That definitely helped. And like I said, back then, I wouldn't even say I was depressed back then. It was just, that's kind of where where I can relate to, where like I had similar thoughts to what I have today. But we'll move on, because from Finland, I moved to the States. It was a big step. Kind of scary, because I came here to start school, start doing what I wanted to always do, which was make movies and get into the film industry, because that's really the dream that I've had for like the longest time now. And so I moved, and it was, at first I didn't think I was going to get into that college I applied for because of my stupidity. But in the end, I didn't end up going to that college. It was San Francisco State University that I had applied to, but the Academy of Art seemed to be like an easier option and kind of more focused on what I wanted to do. So I went for it. And the thing is, that school is expensive, just like any school in the States, really. But that's a private school, so it's even more so. And I didn't even go full-time. I only went for full-time in that school for a year, and my dad really helped me out with that. He paid for like the larger chunk of those classes. But after that, in 2013, late 2012, my brother moved back to Finland because he had similar issues with just living over here, new life, new style of kind of, I don't know, I really talked to him about it, so I don't want to say anything just in case it's not true. But he moved back in late 2012, so it was just me and my dad in this huge house. We had to get our own apartments because he just couldn't afford it. So at that point, I moved back out on my own, and I was living in Oakland. Luckily, back then I had my truck, so I drove that to work. It helped, but yeah, that's when I kind of started this channel, was when I was still living over there in Oakland. Where was I going with this? But yeah, so I was on my own, but then I couldn't go jogging, for example. I used to jog a lot. I used to just do exercise more or less every week just to kind of stay in shape. And it feels good. Like, exercise helps your mental state, helps your mind, kind of just balances body chemicals, I'm guessing. I don't know the science. I probably did know the science back in high school, because I studied like a higher level biology in my IB school, but I've forgotten all that, so no point in even really guessing, because I'll probably be wrong. But in Oakland, lived on my own, so that was a new thing. I mean, obviously had done that, but it was in the States, different situation. not the best neighborhood at all. I just spend most of my days inside. Had friends at school, so that helped, and that kind of kept me afloat again. So but back then, definitely I had some days, and those were my first vlogs on this channel. If you check, that's kind of when I talk about it. And some days, just I don't know, I didn't feel like it, feel up to it, feel like making videos or stuff. But I coped, I handled it, it was okay. But I felt like I was kind of stagnant, kind of not doing much. So my dad, I had talked to him for a long time about it, and coming to Los Angeles was my main goal for like years. So in the end, beginning of this year, beginning of 2015 in March, I moved out here. And then during that move, when I was taking my truck back to Oakland, back to the Bay Area, just to get the last of my stuff to bring down here, a freak hailstorm came out of nowhere. I was going too fast because dumbass. But yeah, hail, rain, heavy. Hydroplaned the back wheels of my truck, flipped it on its roof, completely totaled. I was fine, so no worries there. But that, I lost that truck, I lost a lot of freedom. That really took a toll. And for the first few months, first like 5 months or so, I was 4 months. I was living with my my aunt, which again, truly grateful for helping me, because I don't know what else would I have done. But and in the end, just talking to her every once in a while when we had the chance helped. And but yeah, and I needed to find my own place. So in August, I moved here, started that was that whole like I didn't make videos from beginning of this year, like in March up until like September. Really, there was like only a couple of GTA videos, and that was it. But previous vlog, go check it out if you're interested. Sorry if my thoughts and my speech is a little scattered here. I'm trying to I'm thinking at the same time while I'm talking, and it's hard to go into deep thought whilst I'm trying to convey ideas that make sense, because half the things I say don't make any sense. Just like that, like where was I going with that? I don't know. But once I moved here, I was fine. Now I'm on my own in this place, and I don't here in in LA, in Los Angeles, I have no friends. The people I know, I can I can count them with my one hand. There's like I think 3-4 people that I know out here, including my aunt, and the others I don't really like. I don't talk to, and they live like super far away. If I had my truck, yeah, maybe I could visit them, but no car, so not a possibility. And so basically, my social life has now been, I'm not a social person, by default. I mean, I can be, but I enjoy my own time. I enjoy the solitude, but I need to obviously have some sort of social interaction with other people, otherwise I'll just go insane. But it's been diminished from, talking to people, talking like a bunch of friends in Finland, every other day, every day, to, when I was going to school at the academy, every school day, talked to them, and, online, chatted, Facebook, whatever. But now that I'm here, it's only the people that I have in my clan, which is, the Rangers clan, if you didn't know. And those are online friends. I've met only like 2 of them in person, but they're like some of my closest friends. But the thing is, even now with my schedule being all sorts of out of whack, I mean, I work the night 12 hours, and so they're asleep when I'm awake, or then when I'm at work, it's yeah, so I can't, like, I have limited time with them too. Like all my free days I get to talk to them every once in a while, but that's about it. So I have next to no social life, so that's, I'm sure, a big cause of it. But yeah, what else was there? I mean, in the end, there's so many reasons that could be, what caused my depression, and in the end, this is just speculation. I'm sure if I was talking to a professional, we could probably find the root, the cause of the problem a lot quicker, but I can't afford a therapist or anything. So, and again, like I said, I don't have any friends here that I can really talk to about this. So why not put it on the internet, right? I mean, maybe one of you out there can help. Maybe you can relate. Don't be afraid to leave a comment if you want. Yeah, this is life, guys. This is real. This is yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to just put into words. This is why I haven't vlogged at all, because I don't know what the hell I was gonna say. I don't know what I'm doing right now. But yeah, I think I'll end this one here. We'll do one more part of this, kind of me kind of talking about my depression and more or less how I'm trying to fight it. So the next part is me trying to figure out methods to kind of get over it, at least put it aside, just not have it the main thing in my life. I need to, it's controlling me. I need to be able to control it, at least for the most part. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. If you did, leave me a comment. I read everything. So yeah, this is IonicGecko, signing off for now. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.